Me now, Congressman Brandon Gill from the great state of Texas. Congressman, look, I understand that Democrats are insane people. I get that, but that's not appealing to anybody in America. I just don't even understand politically what the strategy is here.
No, and first of all, thank you for having me on. Frankly, I don't either, and I don't think the American people do either. You know, this was a joint session, joint address to Congress. This was a stately, formal occasion that requires a certain level of decorum. And what we saw last night from House Democrats, and in particular, Representative Green, was disgusting. That was attempting to interject during the speech. I mean, my question for Democrats here is, what about the Trump agenda do you not like? Do you not like extending tax cuts for working class Americans? Do you not like a secure border? Do you not like getting the woke and weaponized administrative state under control? Do you not like getting boys out of girls' sports? I mean, what exactly is it that would cause you to be so rancid and uncontrollable that you're going to shout down the President of the United States during an historic address? You know, it was disgusting and it was unbecoming of a congressman.
Yeah, it really was. They did themselves no favors last night. And speaking of doing themselves no favors, there was a hearing today, the hearing heard around the world, where all these dirty commie mayors of sanctuary cities had to show up in Congress and try to defend the fact that they're hiding rapists and murderers from ICE. And you had it out with one Brandon Johnson. What happened today?
Well, we had this hearing with several sanctuary city mayors, and that included the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. And I simply wanted to clarify for the record what his view was on illegal aliens in his cities. For instance, does he agree that illegal aliens should receive taxpayer-funded abortions? Does he want illegal aliens to have voting rights? Does he want illegal aliens to be serving on government advisory boards in his city? And the short answer to all of those questions and more is yes, he does. And this is a great example of Democrats who are specifically putting the interests of illegal aliens before the American people. His city has spent millions of dollars, and his city is broke on illegal aliens. This is a major problem. His own people are being murdered and raped and pillaged by these foreigners that he has allowed into his city, and that he is providing aid and abetting and not working with federal law enforcement to get rid of. This is disgusting, and we put him on the spot to answer for it.
Can you just tell us real quick, where are we on the budget process? I know there was a House one, and there's a Senate one, and then there's a reconciliation process, and it seems to be going back and forth, and there's some disagreement there. Where are we at in all this?
Well, as you know, with regards to reconciliation, this is a procedural maneuver to get around the 60-vote threshold in the Senate so that we can pass a conservative budget and the conservative agenda. This is what unlocks the Trump agenda. It provides funding for border security, funding to plus up our military after 4 years of Joe Biden, and it helps unleash our energy policy, among other things. Now, the House passed a budget resolution a couple weeks ago. The Senate has their own version. The president has been very clear that he wants one big, beautiful bill, which means that he prefers the House version of the reconciliation bill, not the Senate version. So the ball is in the Senate's court right now to get this budget resolution passed, the House version, that is. And we'll see what they do. I think that we need to expedite this process as quickly as possible. The American people are begging for tax certainties, as are businesses. And Tom Homan and the rest of the executive branch needs money now for the border. So we've got to get this thing going. But the House version of this bill is what allows us to unlock the Trump agenda.